I'm putting a new stereo in my Jeep. Is this it? And the answer is yes. Let's do a side-by-side comparison of the old and the new. Holy cow. Wow. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm putting a new stereo in my Jeep. The second most popular video on my channel is me putting a 10-inch touchscreen in my Jeep. The company reached out to me called Assure and said, hey, I've got a 13.1-inch stereo that you can put in a vehicle. They just so happen to have a plug-and-play Jeep Wrangler. So the older model, mine's a 2007, so was it 2007 to 11, something like that. I'll put the data here somewhere. But basically they have a plug-and-play stereo that's even bigger than the one I have that's better. So I have been meaning to change that stereo. It's still a nice stereo, it works. The problem is, the biggest problem is the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth to CarPlay. The Bluetooth you get in the car does not automatically connect. And if you do manage to get it to connect via Bluetooth, it will drop. So you have to connect it via cable. And even then, the cable will continue to drop out your maps if you're going on a long trip. So that stereo is the exact same one I put in my RV. Same problem. We just continue to drop the Bluetooth. Aside from that, it's an okay stereo. But this one, let's check it out. We're going to unbox it real quick and then and talk about it, and then we're going to go put it in the Jeep. So let's unbox this stereo first. It's in a, because it does come in two boxes, and this is the wiring and a bezel, but we'll talk about that in a second because this also comes with a bezel. So it's actually packed really nicely compared to other stereos. I really like how it's packed. So we've got this nice two-sided heavy cardboard packaging, foam, all that. I don't need to talk about that. But when I opened this up, I lifted this up, I thought, is this it? And the answer is yes. Holy cow. It's hard to see. Let me put my face down here. Yeah, it's hard to see and understand how big this is, but this is a giant stereo. So hopefully I can show you quickly with the bezel the comparison, but this is a huge stereo and a big upgrade. And in this box, a lot of the wiring kit. So this looks like the USB connection. I always connect a USB because who knows, this is different from the Z-Link, but so you've got the backup camera, another you're gonna have your auxiliary output or your microphone, and then some other inputs there. Got the USB, so double USBs, the GPS in this bag, and this is a backup camera. I don't have a backup camera. I don't think I'll install it, but that's a backup camera. Microphone. This is going to be the cellular 5G antenna, and then again some more inputs. The inputs include the mic again, and this is where you would put your, if you have 5G, this is where you can put your 5G SIM card for your 5G antenna. And then here we have a bezel. This is a two-piece bezel, the Jeep, but it does come with, this specific kit comes with the bezel for the vehicles. And the second box, this is the Jeep box. Got the directions for the bezel, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you've got this kit. It's XCSE, so this would be like the CHTO CRY3, I believe. So Chrysler so RP5CH004 is the part number on this. So this is going to run your CAN bus module, and this is going to be plug and play radio. Let me take it out of the box back here. So this is going to match the Jeep harness, and this is going to plug directly into the stereo and give you the CAN bus controls, so you don't have to do any wiring. The last one, I had to buy at the end of this. I had to buy basically one of these or one of these to, and then wire it all together and then install it. This should be plug and play. So we're going to find out here if this is plug and play. Again, these, this I've got some for the other Chryslers here. So these are the ones I bought for my Durango. This one didn't work in the Durango, but this is another one that should potentially work in this Jeep. This one is over $100. These range, you might be able to find one for 40 or 50. They're actually not easy to find right now. Had to Google it, and potentially $60. So this stereo, I didn't say the price yet, but this stereo, it was on sale for $215 on Amazon Prime Day. It's like $269 now. I'll make sure to throw the price in here. But if this costs you almost $100 and the radio costs you almost $100 and it's plug and play, that's still a pretty cheap radio for the size of this one. And then the only other thing it comes with, and this is cool, this bezel actually fits. So this is a bezel in the stereo box. You have these two bezels. So I opened up these bezels. This is more like a spacer. This spacer has 3 holes, and you can actually align it with the holes on the back of the stereo to adjust your height. So I think most people are going to want this down as low. So if you can see the sticker, most of the sticker, because of the window controls underneath the stereo. So I think that's what you want. But again, these 3 are basic. There's 3 on top, 3 on bottom. It's mirrored on both sides. That's to adjust the height of the stereo. So this spacer actually fits perfectly on the stereo. And then this other spacer, the smaller spacer, fits into this case. And then this case fits on top of the stereo. So now it's gonna stick out that far from the dash. And then these clips, again, this piece is gonna screw into the factory position in the Jeep, and these are gonna clip in. So I am not 100% positive I like how far this is gonna stick out, but I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these pieces on. Again, it comes with 2 packs of screws. So they look really simple. This one here, the holes will line up perfectly. You just got to drop the screws down in there pretty far. Screw it in very gently with these small screwdrivers, and then this one will screw onto the outside. Pretty simple. I'm going to do that. I don't need to show you that on camera, but yes, all of these go together kind of like Lego bricks. So they all have a purpose. That's what's in the box. Again, this is key, because without this, it's not going to power the amp. You can buy just the end of this all day and the wires, and those are available for like 15 bucks, but it's not going to power the amp, it's not going to power the stereo, and it's not going to work. So you need one of these boxes that looks like this, potentially, to run this stereo. Well, this is the current stereo. Sorry if you get some AC noise, it's hot, and I'm keeping the AC on. But let's do a side-by-side comparison of the old and the new. Holy cow, that is gonna be, man, it's gonna be crazy. So what do we need to take this apart? This one, I'll try to show you here. There are a couple of screws on the side there. So that's how I installed this one. You'll see that in a second. If you watch the other video, you'll see. So I just need, those are 4 Phillips heads. So that's not typical. Really all you need is a nut driver. So it's a 7mm nut driver, and one of these. So I'll set up the camera here. Well, let me just start popping this off, I guess, right? Just need to take this piece off. And obviously this stereo is a thing. So now I'm going to take the screws off of this, and I'll pull it out. I've got those screws loose. So you can see up here is where I routed this GPS. I think I'm going to stick with that GPS. And here's where I routed the, and I leave the mic right here. I'm going to leave this mic right here as well. Once I pull this out, most of it's just going to be disconnecting these. It looks like the USB, so I've already connected pretty much everything on the back of this one. I had the USBs connected, but I think because of how I routed them, I'm just going to leave these. It looks like they're the same exact plug. So I'm going to plug these USBs into this one, and then everything else is going to switch over. So you can see this massive monstrosity that is simply going to be replaced by the tiny pink or red system that's already in there. So that's awesome. There are 2 screws here and 2 up here. And these 4 screws are gonna this replaces here. This looks like so there's a hole and a rectangle, the circle and a rectangle. It corresponds to the back of this, so the rectangle goes down. Well, now this is installed, the rest of the stereo of the dash can go back together. Is it really that simple? And these all only go in one place, so pretty simple. All right, well, in the box with the bezel kit, there are 2 different plugs. So this one is 2004 to 2005. So that's clearly not the right one. This is a 2007, so it's pretty simple. Just unplug that. Switch it over. Now we should be good to go. All right, let's see if this is truly plug and play. Holy cow. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. Out here, yeah, look at it back out here. This thing is ginormous. So the one thing I noticed is, so the getting to the switch here, it's a little tight now. I don't have a telescoping steering wheel, but it is a little bit tight to get to the thing. And on the last the old stereo fit perfectly in here, right? So I did like that it was back pretty far. I could put the old set in and bring it back, but I don't know if that would work. I mean, it could, but I like this, I think. So it's out. It's way out here. That's what someone in one of the previous videos from my other one said they didn't like, was how far it sticks out. So it does. It's in your face, but if you're using the maps, it's going to be good. So now that it's powered up, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of some of the features here. I've already linked it to my Wi-Fi in the house. When it's close enough to Wi-Fi, it does link pretty good to Wi-Fi. This is the home screen. If you want to switch from miles to kilometers, you just hold this down and it's going to give you kilometers, and you hold it down and it's going to give you miles. I did go in and set the clock, so you can actually hold down the clock and set the clock. So if you click on use network provided time, so it is, again, now it's on Eastern time. This is going to come set to Chinese time, so we were exactly 24 hours off ish. So I set it. We're good to go now on date and time, but you can easily just click this here and set the time if you need to. If you're not on the right time, you can click this here, set the date. So it's pretty simple, pretty convenient. You can hit the back button and go back. It's a basic Android unit, and you can go ahead and click home there. CarLink 2.0 is going to be your CarPlay. Or your Android Auto. So this is pretty awesome with CarPlay and Android Auto, but again, this stereo is gigantic, and hopefully you like how far it's set up off the dash, and you can read it here. But there's this little button, this kind of shadowy button here. You can hold it down and move it around wherever you want it to. It's gonna take some getting used to with this thing. You don't want it here. That's a bad spot. Here might be fine, but in some cases, there are a few places it's not going to let you put it, but you want it close to where you can use it. The problem with this button is sometimes if you put it around here and you're trying to do, so if you're in Waze and you need to click something, it might be a problem. But this button is what will allow you to go into the settings, so you can brighten it and dark. So it's just got 1 2 3 4 1 2 3, so 3 settings. So you just simply click the brightness. You can take a screenshot, you can darken the screen, and then here are the settings. Here's the home button. Here are the apps, and the apps actually pop up in here, which is kind of cool. So you can see all of your apps in here. Again, your settings, steering wheel controls. This one does not have any steering wheel controls. So I'm going to go ahead and go back because I don't have steering wheel controls. Equalizer. So there's a lot of cool things. I'll walk through that. If there's anything important, I'll tell you. But again, this is everything you get with CarPlay, which is really interesting. And there's no audio on my old one. Had audio buttons up and down. Here, some people really like knobs. So if you want to get to audio, just swipe up from the bottom, and then here's your plus and minus for audio. And then you can also go, you can reset it, turn it off, and you can go back home again. Here you're back to the home screen. You can play a little music. I've got it muted right now. Click on navigation. When you open up the navigation, my Wi-Fi is offline, and these things, none of these, I've never had luck getting these connected to the GPS, so using it without your phone, I never do anyway. I'm always on CarPlay. But when you click this the first time, it's gonna ask you to pick one of the apps to actually use as your navi. So you can do that if you want. Radio works. Again, I would have to turn up the audio, and then here's your apps again. So you can go into your photos. If you got, do they have photos in here internally? They just have the Android power up. That's it. But again, in the apps, you've got your file manager. Sometimes they do load. So we've got a movie. What's this? So you've got 1 minute and 16 seconds of Astro Boy. And something else. So when you go into the file manager, you've got the photos, audio, Video is going to be the Astro Boy, so you'll be able to see this. But sometimes it'll actually have the PDF of the just like, well, here it is. So in the instructions, if you click on instructions, this thing is going to tell you exactly how to connect it and all of the things you need to do to. So wow, so it's got a instruction manual here built into the instructions. So that is awesome. So that's pretty cool. So what is common? I don't know what common is. Common is, okay, so that just allows you to change these if you want. So you can obviously click the apps here if you want to click the apps. You can go to the apps, you can log in. Obviously, if you're on Wi-Fi, the App Store, go to your radio here, the little hide button. What does this hide button do? So it's going to tell you where to put it. So you can, okay, so this is cool as well. You've got the audio on this one as well if you do the display button. So if you swipe up, you've got this as well, but you can swipe left now, and we've got that one. So I think I'm going to put that one here so we can use that one as well. So I think I like it. The size doesn't change much, but that's what we got. So that was in the hide button. So now I can swipe over here, I can swipe up, or I can swipe over and control everything from there. And then you've got the operator's guide. So it's got a full operator's guide of everything you need to use this stereo. So the instructions in the operator's guide are key. It's going to tell you what to do with everything here. This has Navi, so again, I already programmed the navigation. So those are all your apps: YouTube, video, voice, touch assistant. So quite a few interesting things. I don't have steering wheel controls again, not in this vehicle. A calculator if you need it, and then the equalizer. The equalizer in this old version worked pretty well. Google Chrome if you need it. And again, CarLink is going to take you to Bluetooth. I'm sorry, don't show it again. Perfect. Okay, so it's going to take you to your obviously your Bluetooth phone to CarPlay or Android Auto. So that's awesome. And this is going to bring you back to that and get you to everything you need to do. Now I can click that and go home. So now we're home. So that's it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all, everybody, this is pretty easy. It's huge. You've got to get used to this being in your face like this. I don't know. I can't decide if I don't want to slide it back. I might just do that. But literally plug and play. So again, all you need is a nut driver with a 7mm. So obviously this can be a screwdriver type. 7mm. And then one of these. So you've got to pop the top part off of here. And then you've got to pop this little panel down here off. And then you've got 2 screws on the bottom, 2 screws on the top. Then this whole panel just pops right off. And then 4 screws that hold your stereo in. And that's it. Once you put this Tetris, this little unit together, you can quite easily put it, quite easily attach it, and it just pops right into that new, pretty secure into the new base there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool upgrade to the Jeep. The old one was big, but this one is giant. So one last thing to do before I do a quick outro is peel off my film. Well, that's it, guys. A true plug and play stereo for your 2000, or is it 2006 or 2011? So your Jeep JK Wrangler. No special, no wiring tools required. Just a 7mm nut driver, and I mean, you could use a screwdriver, but I used the panel tool, and really that was it. Because I had a different stereo, I had a couple of other tools, but if you've got the standard stereo in this, that's all you're going to need, and it's going to be quite simple, right? So you can run any of the USB or other cables wherever you want, but that's it. It's really easy, and this stereo is huge. This monitor is huge. So what do I like about this thing? One, the monitor is giant. It's ginormous. I do like that. The Bluetooth seems to be connecting to CarPlay extremely quickly and easily, so I like that. The audio quality sounds good. On my last video, there was a question about the fade and the fade control. I don't know, it moves around, but I'm not quite sure if my stereo is wired correctly. It could be my stereo, not this system, but that connects. One other complaint that I did have, the spacer that goes on the back of the stereo, the screws that go in the back of the stereo head unit are machine screws, and they didn't provide any machine screws. So I don't know if that's just my since I got a different one from like the factory or something, or if they just don't have those screws. So I did find some screws and they worked. You could get the other ones to go in there, but machine screws will probably never go in there again if you force the screws that they provided in there. But you can force the screws in there, not going to hurt anything. But other than that, this is a pretty crazy upgrade. It looks awesome. Coming with the CAN bus chime box kit is definitely not going to cost much more money than buying a separate stereo plus that kit if you can find it. Some of those kits aren't easy to find. They're not even intuitive to search up on Amazon. I had to go to Google and then find it back feed it and find it from Amazon. So that is all there was to this installation, and it's going to be pretty exciting. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching to the end. Thanks for watching me put another stereo in my Jeep. We'll see which vehicle gets a stereo next. Actually, this company, Assure, makes another stereo that looks like it's plug and play for my daughter's Volkswagen Beetle. The one that we bought and I put in there keeps killing the battery because you can't turn it off. So if this company is as good as they say, I'm probably going to buy that one. It's only like 130 bucks, and I'm going to put it in her Beetle. I'll show you that. That one also, the one I put in was plug and play, but like I said, the power won't turn off. So that's a major problem when she gets stranded. So this one, hopefully I can take my battery disconnect button off and this won't kill the battery like my other one was, because this one is truly plug and play and designed for this. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for following me through another stereo install. An easy one this time. Luckily some of these are getting easy, but I'll catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe, do the free things, and we'll see you again soon.